live right now.
You have to
I
turn
did
back
not.
time. I wasn't a part of that one.
So, yeah, I wasn't either.
Listening to the podcast. Shut it off.
That's right.
Share a talk.
Share topics with Share.
I feel
Who's
like
playing the theme?
I'm sorry, it's me. I was stuck in the previous meeting.
Hey, it's fine. We've already had 3 firsts, and that was a 4th right there. This is a night of firsts. Usually we actually make it through these things, believe it or not.
What number is that, Eugene? Is that sandwich
this,
4?
I stopped eating as soon as we went down.
Okay.
So this is still 4.
Okay. So we're on even footing pretty well.
So 4 on each, right?
Yeah.
This is podcast number 4.
Keeping it moving.
Enable your screen sharing for me, would you, so that when I'm ready to take back over, I can.
Where's it at?
We're back, everyone.
Okay, there it is.
Cool, thank you. So we were just in the midst of talking about a Mr. Corvias Rubens. I'm going to share the Facebook screen. There we go. You guys see our lovely friend here?
How does he have 48 mutuals?
We'll get to that later. I want you guys to take note of a few things that I see, what draws my eye immediately to this page. Notice these women here. This is spam. He's got a bunch of spam on his wall. It leads me to believe the dude doesn't know what he's doing, but I could be wrong. It could be a very clever ploy. Let's go in. We're gonna before I launch into anything, we're just gonna take a look at his profile. He's a bad boy. There's his background. Bad boy, satanic, retired, never married, gothic, satanic, badass. I am Corvias. Now, let me remind people what we were talking about was
assassin.
Him telling our friend who is clean and sober to just go ahead and do some math. So we'll go and we're not going to go too deep because I can't do this much more today. I've been doing a lot of research. He thinks he looks like the Dino Sex drummer for G.G. Allen and the Murder Junkies, which I don't think at all. He idolizes G.G. Allen. I'm not going to find them because I don't want to look that deep, but there are videos out there of him eating poop, apparently. Poop on his fingers, dirty toilet paper. I've had enough of this dude. Is like, okay, I don't know who made this. He said made by a friend, ... but I didn't make it, and I don't know who did it. It wasn't in any of our meme groups. So there's something I'm trying to get to here. Let's see what else has he got. I mean, this is a different man, I think. I don't even think that's the same guy. Here's his infamous, he wants this photo to go viral. It's him shitting, wearing a Ghostbuster shirt. It's not that funny. He thinks it's really cool. We've already made him go viral. I mean, within reason, I would say he's had memes made about him in 5 groups at least, with a total potential reach of, thousands. He's decently viral already. I've alone made a ton of memes about this guy.
Yeah, I made a couple.
Gothic style. Well, a couple would be the world's greatest for me. I've gone off the rails on this, but I want to find. Here we go. I think this right here is his most iconic line. I want to focus on this one. Blade of the Samurai. I am fucking trained to kill satanically. Samurai misspelled. And then this old dude with the white hair. Like, okay, just take it in. There he is. That's our man.
Wait, so did he kill the samurai with this sword and the samurai was satanic? Or
he's trained to kill in a satanic method, satanically.
Oh, okay.
He's killed 8 or 10, man. I mean, come on.
But satanic.
This man's a seasoned vet.
Here he is. This is what we call his smoke eyes. This is where he's like trying to seduce someone. Here's one of my favorites. Baphomet, Mighty Hails. Big Hails here. We're having big hails. He's having big hail time. Make a big hail. And
that was the picture that brought me into it.
Oh, good
That
God.
was what brought Wes in.
This his shit-eating grin. And no joke there. That is
literal shit on his teeth, it looked like.
and then this is the absolute best one.
Jesus
This is where
favorite.
This
Personal
is where I think
favorite.
that maybe it's all a giant, very well done troll. Is that really his hair? Like,
It looks almost airbrushed.
doesn't it? There's some. Look at that. Look at the striation of like the hair up here. It's like someone
Yeah.
used a clone tool here. So I don't think the hair is real, but the man is still real. And there's many photos of him, and he's doing satanic things, and the quotes match up with it, right? He thinks he's Dino Sex Drummer for G.G. Allen is what he looks like. All right. So now that you all know who the fuck we're talking about here, I don't want to give him any more time because I don't think he's worth it. I think it's just fun to use him because the pictures are funny, right? And he's obviously a terrible Satanist, and we'll get to that. So we're going to go to the unsanctioned group. So Mayne podcast, everybody, a little forewarning here. We are going to an unsanctioned group. This is not actually part of the Mayne universe. Okay.
I don't know if I'm allowed to be in here.
Either. And let's see here. I should probably search within the group. I'm just going to do a quick smattering of my own memes for posterity's sake. And because some of them have been hot fire, so we're just going to do that. So,
Oh,
here
is
we
it?
go.
Put your
Yeah.
photos in the thing.
Yeah, it's a good one.
I like that one.
Yeah.
That's not just posted. Oh, I got to get it posted by me. Oh, fuck. We're off the rails.
Do we ever get on the rails?
We had a head of steam tonight. This is a heavy hitter right here.
Yeah.
The little devil kills me.
We have the RZA, the Jizza here. Proud of
How
this
could
one.
you not meme this guy?
How could you not? I'm having a
Yeah.
great time, you know?
Yeah.
Oh, shit, and we're lost. Okay.
Too wool.
Scatter die.
Love it.
Now I finally get that meme.
Yeah, it's a bit of explanation. That's why it's a deep dive we're doing here. There he
Eugene's
is.
got 4 down. 4 sandwiches
This
done.
is my fourth one. I'm just finishing up.
Here's a deep cut. Ball of Duty.
Classic.
I mean, I have gone, and then we're finally out of the ones I put in this group. There are other ones out there, but that's the bulk of them. Now, I have one I want to focus on. Blade of the Samurai is a great line. You got to use that in your memes. Very important to comedy value. The red hair variation, very good for comedy. But I also like the Baphomet.
Yeah, Jesus.
I like both of them. I use both in this one.
Someone middle-aged dad first profile picture.
See, I hadn't even
to our
seen
friend.
that source image yet. Like, I hadn't seen the picture of the guy. All I saw was the mashup of other things with his teeth. And then Dez comes into the comments and says, I didn't have my glasses. I thought that was Wes Ferris for a minute and tagged me in it. So I'm like, okay, funny mashup. Then I go over to a comments section. Or no, I'm sorry. I went to a messenger chat group. And everybody's carrying on about how this poop-eating Satanist had been trolling everybody the night before and blah, blah, blah. Then I come to find out
Very
that
well
the
may
picture...
be trolling us. I'm having a great time though.
I think he is. I think it's an alt, and I'm pretty sure I know who it is.
Okay, you would probably know. We have some theories. We may get to them today, or we may run out of Zoom time again. And I can't go to a third session tonight. So, so this is my favorite one that's happened so far. It's underrated beyond all reason. Do I look like Dino Sex? He's just pulling a direct quote from the guy. This meme gets me more than any other. Oh God. Let's see. What did Wes drop?
Oh, I did the I switched to Dio.
Oh, where's poopy?
He took the picture off of his page. I couldn't get to it, and so I
you
had to
have to
use
manufacture
Chunky GIF. I brought the Chunky to the party. You guys brought the Creamy for the competition. I brought the Chunky to the party.
Who else has been a heavy hitter? So we got a new guy. We're gonna give a shout out. He may be watching tonight. Why can't I think of his name right now?
Phil?
Phil, is it? Yeah.
I don't know. I think so.
He's been hitting us up hard with the memes. Let's see.
Still rep.
Fill her up.
There he is.
Yeah, no, he's pumped out some fire.
So when I say that I went hard in the paint, this guy, and everybody tells me I don't use phrases right, but
Oh yeah, he did a lot of the Dio ones too, didn't he?
yeah, now he may already be on to Dio. No, here he.
Yeah.
I thought it was Haas at first.
And I mean, he's in that stage. I love this stage of being, what we call being Mayne, where they're just like so excited, pumping out mad content. Like some of them are great. Like this is funny as hell. Like,
Yeah.
Some of them are terrible, but you're firing them out. You're just on an endless loop of putting out memes, good and bad.
We love it.
And so Mayne's been
Best
really
way.
fun. Mayne's been really fun this last week. It's been really active, and people are hopping on bandwagons, hopping onto different bandwagons. This is what I like to see. We actually got 20 viewers on the podcast. Tells me that there's a little bit of interest here. So I'm going to launch into the actual monologue for a minute, but let's stop for a second. I'm going to stop. I don't need to screen share.
Eugene, are you at 5 yet?
I am on 5.
On 5, okay.
On 5? I thought that was 4.
Yeah, that was like 15 minutes ago, brother.
Excuse me. Hold on. So I'm okay. This is 5 for me too, because I made 6 and I have 1 left on my plate. This is sandwich number 5. Okay.
He did make 6.
Yeah.
I mean, there may be shenanigans. We'll review the footage.
I kind of feel like I'm gonna throw up.
So
I know what you mean.
I have a lengthy monologue that I prepared for this. We've covered a lot of it, so I may skip over some. But this was what we call Satan in sandwiches. Let's see here. Yeah, we talked about Dez. We'll just get Pat. We've completely covered this guy. Here we go. I continued to post straight to his wall and got responses such as "Get out of here" and "Tough guy on the internet, but I'm trained to box and have dark powers." I even went as far as to find a random post where he'd given out his address and it fit the description of the apartment building, but not meth head $400 a month apartment building as he described. They were approximately $1,700. I left a review for the apartment saying, 1 star, I live next to this meth head who eats his own poop, but then I realized Google provides my real name and I deleted it out of concern for my own privacy in case this is truly an unhinged man, which could be one of our friends. I've only ever interacted with him with an alt account, but if he's watching right now, hi Corvias. There is suspicions. This is what I've written. I'm just reading. There are suspicions that this is a high-level troll. We will later cover theories on who this could be. So imagine my disappointment when his account was missing yesterday in the lead up to the podcast when I needed to do my research. But as of writing this, it is mysteriously returned. There is a level of comprehension to his online interactions that indicate he knows what he's doing, and there are other aspects that indicate he has no fucking clue, like random spam posts that we viewed. The account does not seem to have existed very long, as you can't scroll very far back. But a search for his name, and also let me mention he's very active when he is on there. But a search for his name leads you to content that does not exist on this profile. You cannot find it by scrolling his wall, so that's a little weird. Some of which I've been told include him eating his own feces, showing poop on his hand. I've seen that one. I've seen the TP. And another friend, just before the podcast aired, said he is now adding people with an alt account. So it does lend some validity to both the crazy boomer Satanist theory and the troll theory. There are discrepancies on location, Colorado, Ohio. And Corvias, we're hunting for you. We tried to do a little IP run, but we're all too dumb to figure out how to do that. So we don't know where you are. Now, this is where I made it personal. I want to tell you a little bit about myself. I was brought up Christian. Mother was a little bit all over the place. I've been to Catholic Mass, Seventh-day Adventist, even the insane Pentecostals rolling in the aisles of church. She finally settled on Baptist, which is like what I would call Pentecostal light. There's some theatrics. Speaking in tongues happens occasionally. And that's where people literally speak gibberish as if it's the Lord manifesting out of their mouth. So it's very creepy for a child who doesn't know what's happening, right? And so I wound up at various Baptist churches. I've been to all the various types of Christians. So I've seen every run-of-the-mill middle America church you can go to and how it operates. She finally settled on Baptist, like I said. I went to youth groups, Christian camps. I went to a Christian school for a couple of years. Then we did Christian homeschooling. Like it was Christian up in there. I was never like into it though, like I hated it the whole time. The school had 20 kids in it. Yeah, I wrote that. I don't remember how many people were there. But I took to busting the buttons off my dress shirt to break dress code. From a very young age, I questioned Christianity because it made no sense. There were many other religions out there, but they were all wrong. Logically, all the churches must certainly be saying the same thing about us, right? Your pastor's like, hey, there's a bunch of these religions out there, but they're all going to hell and they're all wrong. Well, as a kid, the logic is, well, if you're saying that, maybe they're saying that too. Well, when it came time for my baptism, I refused, and I explained my logic to the pastor, which in turn meant that I was certainly possessed or having adult logic in the mind of a babe. They took to sprinkling my room in holy water, and boy, did it burn when I walked through the doorway. I play better when you read it in your head. I kid. That's a joke. Let's forward to present day. Spent, a long time worrying about my eternal soul. I do find it hard to meme about Satan and like any sort of like pagan imagery. Constantly worried about it. And so the next part is where did Skyler leave to puke up some sandwich?
Maybe.
Could have been the case.
He might be
That quick.
getting
I think he
sick.
may
He's talking
have.
about wanting to throw up. Does that mean I won?
If
I
he
mean,
threw up,
Skyler's got to
yeah.
start over.
Oh yeah.
Let's see. We'll wait.
Sorry.
I might skip. Oh, okay, let me see here. Well, anyway, what I will talk about was so in like leading up to this podcast, I was like, I'm gonna watch this movie on Hulu. It just came up randomly as I'm already like mentally preparing myself for a podcast where we talk about Satanism anyway. And I don't know that much. I've only ever been brainwashed by Christianity as I was young, and like been a part of that. Not that I latched on or anything. But watched the movie. Let's see here. There we go.
Oh, Magnolia.
Yeah, this was like a good introduction to like modern Satanism and what they were about. So I found it really enlightening. And the tenets of Satanism are all very logical things. I mean, strive to act with compassion and empathy towards all creatures in accordance with reason. So Corvias broke that. Now, why I wanted Wes on here specifically is I understand my knowledge is so limited. There are other forms of Satanism. This is just the modern incarnation. Is that correct? Can you spit some knowledge right now for us?
Oh, no, not in particular. I dipped in and I dabbled a little bit with just, Wikipedia pages and things, wanting to know, more about, I guess. I know there's a difference, but I've never been able to figure out what the difference is between Satanism and like the Church of Satan. Like it's not
like,
the same thing.
Like Levian and like there's all these forms. And I mean, I'm assuming some of them, are probably places that very, dark things happen.
Right.
And we're not going to cover that sort of shit here. That's not what we're talking about, but I do understand it must exist, right?
Well, here's the thing. There's got to be limits if they're going to offer an after-school club for a bunch of 9, 8, 10-year-olds.
Exactly.
To participate in.
So you read through the tenets, and they're, the Bible has its commandments, and the, what is this, the satanic, what do they call themselves? The satanic church? Is it? I don't know.
Yeah.
So, I'm the Satanic Temple. That's what it is. And they're based out of
that's right.
Salem, Mass. Founded in 2012. Lucian Greaves. And I've written some of this down, but you can watch the movie if you're actually interested. I'm not trying to like say, hey guys, go be Satanists, but I'm saying if Christianity is controlling women's bodies, controlling who you can be with, limiting your access to your ability for birth control or whatever, there's all these awful things that Christianity is used as a guise for. There's the stuff with the Catholic pastors that we don't even want to get into because it's awful. And from what I understand, and the modern incarnation, people shouldn't be looking their noses down at a group that's actually trying to do good. They're not worshiping the devil. They are just using it to piss off Christians.
Yeah, pretty much.
And
Well,
they
to have a
know-
voice against them.
exactly. And
Hulu.
yeah, it's on Hulu.
I'm looking into some of these like different branches, and there's a good 6 or so of them at least. Something about a left-hand path. This is like something they say follow, which is unlike Wicca and Christianity, are focused on self-determination, power of self, rather than submitting to a superior force. So it's more, internal determination is what powers you, is what your strength is. That's what your force is, as opposed to giving it up to a deity of any kind, having that role to play in your life.
My understanding, there's like the whole like philosophy aspect of it where they don't actually believe in like an actual devil.
Right.
And that's like more of the Levian, Anton LaVey style. But then there's also like Luciferians, there's, like Church of the like Serpent, there's the Order of the Nine Angels, which is straight up like neo-Nazis, and they actually do like more of that crazy stuff.
Exactly. They got to exist because people will take things and use it to their own twisted message. But what I came away with on this was this particular branch that they're talking about has a very solid foundation, isn't truly devil worship. It's trying to do the best for mankind. And so I thought I'd go on. I found it fascinating. It was really uplifting after having my entire life worrying about my eternal soul to realize that, hey, I can use satanic imagery in my comedy and to make a point. And I'm not worshiping the damn real devil, like I'm fine. And so that was nice. It was like a weight was lifted because, you don't know how you're pushed down by these like lessons that even if you rejected them, you've heard them your entire life. And that got me to the last little note I'd written for myself here, if I can find it. Let's see. Okay, so this is pretty cool. I found this. Oh, Pyrenees puppy. This is the best dog in the world next to my dog, of course. What a guy.
Skyler, did you puke?
I did puke.
Oh.
Does that mean I can stop eating?
Hey, you gave it your best, man.
I really tried. I don't know, the jelly taste got too much after starting that fifth sandwich. And then I actually took a bite out of both sandwiches, and I felt it coming back up. I fucking projectile vomited PB&J in the bathroom.
What does that mean for us, Skyler?
Eugene's still going strong.
I don't know why.
I need to hear.
He's just warmed up. That's why. He's still eating the sandwich. He's like, I'm good. He's
still hungry.
already. He's still going.
It's sounding to me like there's a no contest going on here. This.
I can't.
When do we
This
start?
is like a regular Tuesday night for me, brother. This is just dinner.
He hasn't even gotten into uncharted territory yet.
Oh, good God.
I am going to stop eating now. Thank you, Skyler, for doing that for me.
I gave him my best shot, but
Wait, was he paid off?
let me give you a handshake.
Good work, gentlemen. Good work.
I wish we'd
Nice
seen the
competition.
vomit, I'm not gonna lie. All this talk of Satanism, a little vomit on the screen would have helped our ratings, buddy.
Yeah.
It really didn't help when you guys
Shut
were
it right
showing
up.
like the Dookie memes.
Yeah,
It's like
dude,
all-
and
all
talking
new-
about
all new.
eating shit like that that was not helpful for the cause.
That wasn't part of the competition.
He really
Okay.
live streamed.
I gotta wrap up, and then I gotta wrap up, and then we can chit chat for a minute before I have to run because I
Oh,
have to
good
nap
God.
before night shift with a toddler, or an infant. Okay, This country was founded on freedom of religion. Nowhere in the Constitution does it state anything about God we trust, yada, yada, yada. I was fascinated to learn that following some doom and gloom fear propaganda when they were sure we were going to get a nuke dropped on our ass back in 1957, In God We Trust was added to our currency. And the Pledge of Allegiance added Under God in 1954. Before it was a little more open to interpretation for freedom of religion, of course, because that's what we were founded on, right? Forgetting history, people came to believe this is as important as the Constitution. We are not a Christian country, but it's been pounded in our heads since the 1950s. We see it on our money. It's repeated in our classrooms, all growing up. And it brought to mind, I actually just got done reading Aldous Huxley's Brave New World, in which people believe what is fed to them from infancy via speakers under their pillows. He wasn't far off base. What does all this have to do with Corvias? We're back. Nothing. He's either an old boomer Satanist, or he's a troll having a laugh. Either way, we had fun. I got no hard feelings if it's a troll, because I had a great time. Let's see. Given his interactions and talking about harming animals and people, I do not believe him to be a modern Satanist and should not be lumped in with them. I'm not going to pretend I'm very well educated, as I said. And it has... There we go. That's it. That's everything. Now, guys, this leads us to like what we all have been waiting for. Do we want to go live and say our theories?
Theories about what?
I'm down to.
It is.
Go first, then.
I think it's Floyd. I think it's an alt. He's the only one with the audacity and the know-how to create something this.
I agree with you there.
This grandiose.
He does have an
and make it
overabundance
happen.
of audacity, doesn't
And
he?
I haven't heard anything from him in a minute. He's
been a little quiet. He's been a
Eerily
little quiet. Is he watching right now?
He might be.
Let's check.
Can we?
Do we have time? Skyler, how long are we on this session?
We started it probably a minute before we went live on Facebook, so we have the counter right now is at 26 minutes 50 seconds.
Do we got time?
Are we actually live, or are we just talking to ourselves?
No, we are actually live.
Who's got a 34 minutes was live? 77 comments. I don't know if this is
finally settled on Baptist. Like I said, I went to youth groups.
Shit.
Let me
Oh
let me
my
go
God.
ahead and get a little message out to Floyd here. Are you watching?
Oh.
You wiping away those sandwich sweats?
I got the sweats.
Is it the hot sauce?
Oh.
It's the oat milk.
Oh, I think it is the oat milk. I just
Yeah.
gotta put this thing out of my face.
He's got me too.
No, I think I can
Okay.
hold it down.
That message has been sent. Now that was Josh's opinion. I agreed with him. I don't like it when we all agree. We had some alternate theories out there. Skyler, are you able to hold your composure and tell us what you think, or you gotta run to the toilet?
See, I already let everything out at the toilet. I don't have any theories, I guess, specifically about who it might be, but
Okay.
I do think that it is an alt.
Okay, you do think troll theory 100%.
Yes.
Josh, do you think in any way, shape, or form it could actually just be this guy, or is it 100% a troll?
I think it's an alt, 100%.
Someone we know.
There's no way.
I don't
Like,
think. Yeah,
I don't
mean,
see how it could possibly be an actual account.
I think every time I have a lot of fun, it's someone pulling my leg, and I really, at the end of it, I don't care because good on them, they did great.
Yeah.
And I had a blast. Okay, Eugene, thoughts?
Oh, I'm like 50-50 on whether it's a real person or not. But I'm gonna go out on a limb and say that it's a bad idea to fuck with a Satanist meth head that eats his own poop. I mean, this guy's just unwell, you guys.
Well, we've been
This
doing
just
it all.
in. It's Eugene. It's Eugene.
It's Eugene. Yeah, Corvias has not been active during the entire podcast, so now we know. Is Corvias in the room with us? Chance is here.
Yeah.
It's
You know a
Chance.
lot more about Satanism than anyone
You know
else
what?
in here, too.
Chance, come here. Eugene, get out of that seat. Go.
So we
Chance.
just hit the 10-minute mark.
We got 10 minutes left?
Yeah.
10 minutes?
Yep.
Chance,
Yes.
you've been really hard to pin down lately, and yet you're not working.
I know. I just had a colonoscopy today. I'll be around more now.
Well, that was only today. That only explains one thing: a good cover-up scheme.
Hope it went well.
It did go
Okay,
well.
theories
It did
from
go
Eugene. I want a Eugene and Chance point counterpoint right now. Theories, go.
Oh.
You want to go theory?
What are we doing? Theories?
Yeah, who Corvias is, or if he's not really a troll.
It's Dez. It's Dez, or it's, I don't know. It looks like it was run through Rumini a couple too many times. That's what happened to the face. So I'm
Andrew
on that.
is
I'm going to say it's probably
too.
Andrew's sigil. AKA
He loves that
Bob.
program.
Yeah.
Let me just tag him. He just got called out.
Make sure you run your tag through Remini too, just so you know.
Chance, what's your theory?
Ooh.
It's Josh Floyd, dude.
I mean, we all know that, but
I mean,
we all know it's you, Josh.
every time it's fun, it's Josh Floyd.
Biz, bless his heart, Biz private messaged me on Duck today while I'm chatting with you all and was like, "Are you Corvias?" And I was like, I do not have the wherewithal for that. I just had a child, dude. I cannot be pretending to be an old shit-eating Satanist.
I mean, whoever it is, I mean, there's a lot of photos of the dude, you know, like different photos. So,
but some of them seem like different people. Someone went through a lot of effort to maybe find similar-looking old men. I saw one that looked like a wedding photo of a sort of similar old man, and I was like, "Come on, dude. There's been discrepancies. It seems like an elaborate troll. It really,
Have you guys
I've dug deeper than anyone, I think, at this point.
Have you guys considered the original was a real boomer and the new account is a troll?
Oh, there we go, copycat.
Anybody do a reverse image search on those the faces?
Anthony, that's why you're here. No, no,
not yet.
Computer enhance.
Enhance.
If we got 10 minutes, Anthony, if you want to run and like grab a picture and reverse image search it, that would be amazing. I don't have the wherewithal
a
for
couple
that.
times too, just to be safe.
Wes, any theories?
I just want him to be real. We've had so much fun with this guy. You know, we all just want him to be real. We want the guy to exist. We want him to be out there for us to fuck with. No, you know, I mean, it does seem way too fishy. But maybe you're right. I think those ads, like the pictures of all the women's clothes or whatever it was, those were newer, weren't they?
Yeah.
Maybe
and so
somebody started an account, then it got hacked, and now we're getting trolled.
One of my best friends from way back runs this conspiracy theory website, and he does this thing that he calls the wet blanket review at the end, where it's the most logical and boring of possible theories. I would call Josh Floyd the most boring wet blanket review. Like if it turned out it was Floyd, we're all like,
you're just gonna shit on Floyd.
You did really good this time. We're super proud of you. We love that you were like able to trick every last, because we're not all dumb. We're just mostly dumb. And if you trick us all,
easily entertained.
That's pretty cool though. Like it takes some serious effort. So kudos to you, Corvias, if you're watching tonight, laughing your ass off that none of us have figured it out, and you're not Josh Floyd.
You're real.
That would be the
Corvias,
absolute.
You're real, man. You're there.
Venusian conclusion is what he would say is like your absolute alien theory, right? Like the wildest thing that it possibly could be, and it's a wild card that we interact with, or even someone on this call. That is the Venusian conclusion. It's someone that none of us have mentioned that is doing really good that we know well.
This one's dating profiles. Holy shit. Bound to be a lot of those, is my guess.
The boring middle of the road solution would be that this gentleman is who he is, right? That's not wet blanket, because it's exciting that this guy exists. Now, I want to actually advocate now for the middle solution, okay? He has these spam things on his page, right? He has this poorly Photoshop. That isn't a good Photoshop. I could see the airbrushing now that I've actually thought about it. But he's a Satanist. He posts poop eating. He posts Hail Satan 666, fuck cats, eat dead chicken, whatever. I don't know what he posts. the way that the account, there's like, you can find things out there. It's kind of like in the ether of Facebook. It's like he's been zucked a million times.
Yeah.
Okay? Like, so his shit is not, you can't browse him like a normal Facebook page. You can't scroll. If you go to me, I'm like a saint. I've been zucked once or twice. And you can scroll to the very start of when I created my account. Yeah. And that's what they look like when they're normal. If you've had an account a long time, and this is a theory, I don't really know, I would assume the way that I'm coming across all this content from different regions that it doesn't appear when I scroll is that it might have existed, it might have gotten deleted, it might have fell through a loophole of Facebook. So I think the middle one holds quite a bit of weight. Did Floyd respond?
Hey, bot or not, I'm glad he found us.
Yeah, right.
You know.
All right, we are on the 3.5 minute warning.
3.5 minute mark.
Before our shit cancels out again.
That picture didn't work.
How many do we have live, guys? My shit hasn't been working. How many did we have live for this last little bit anyway? I can't see shit.
We've got, I want to say we peaked at 16.
Sweet. That's pretty good for return viewers.
Hey, y'all are main as fuck.
They had to wait until we figured our shit out and got back to pick up where we left off. And that's really asking a lot of people today. So thank y'all if you're still watching. Corvias, thank you for watching.
Thanks, supporters.
Good show to you, Eugene. You
Yeah,
eat a hell of
good
a
show.
PB&J
Thanks for having
sandwich.
me on again, guys.
How's your new car treating you, Eugene?
What's that?
How's
My
your
new
new
car?
We have
Oh,
time.
yeah,
We have
right.
time. We have time.
All right. Have a good
Where
one,
did you
guys.
post that, Josh?
Chat. Oh no, I put it in shit posting or unsanctioned, probably one of the two.
Dude, why? You don't even know which group you posted it in?
No, I usually post in chats, man.
Yeah, I know. You're the worst.
I thought it was definitely unsanctioned. Or huge memes.
No, it wasn't in Eugene.
Are you talking about the Geo Metro?
Yeah.
Yeah.
You put it in the catch-all chat.
Catch-all chat.
Okay.
But then that's the catch-all.
Yeah, it's definitely an unsanctioned then, if it wasn't at the top.
Whoops. I don't know what I'm doing. I feel like I'm under time crunch and I'm panicking. Here we go.
2 minutes.
There we go.
Look at
This
that.
made my fucking day right here.
I literally
Memes-
took the pictures as soon as I saw him next to that Maserati. I was like,
I was like, I gotta have those photos.
Oh,
I
yeah.
didn't save them like you though. The smart thing to do would have been to immediately save them and background eraser them and keep them forever because these are all look at this. It's beautiful.
Oh, it's flawless.
And this is a follow-up
Man.
to the Geo Metro wagon. We're still somehow on that.
Yeah.
Back on the Geo Metro wagon.
Yeah, there was 2 Dio Metro memes posted within 2 minutes of each other earlier.
Oh. Dio's going strong. Geo's still going strong. How about it?
yeah, I still need to post my Dio ones. I think those are all in chat still.
I love a good wagon.
I did one in like 2018. Just want to let you know.
Oh,
There you go, man. We got it then.
all right, boys. Good
All right,
cast.
Good
fellas,
show, guys.
Good chat.
Hey, Chance.
Say bye to Chance. Bye,
Where's
everyone.
Simon? Bye, Simon.
Throw these
Bye.
boys away.
Good seeing you, fellas.
I love you guys.
See you back in the chat.
Yeah, see you in 5 minutes.
Right.